Alright guys, we're going to tear into this thing and see if we can figure out what's causing the little gas leak. It's just an inconvenience. It ain't that bad. I think it's a vent, but there's some other things I want to look at down in here too that I'll show you. So let's do that. That's wet. But let's look in here and see if we can figure out what's causing it. Bear with me here while I try to figure out everything to take apart now. Ooh, there's holes over here. Bolts done in that. Okay. Alright. Let's take it apart here. Figure out what's what. Looking for my flashlight. Well, where it's at, that thing's got a mind of its own. It disappeared all the time. Well, God, I don't know where it's leaking from. Unless it's coming out of the carburetor. There ain't nothing down in there wet. And I ain't cracking this case open. So, I mean, turn it this way and see if we, oh, turn it this way and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. Oh, I found it. I do believe. Alright, I'm gonna pick this nut of it off. I think I found it, guys. Of course, they would put it. It would be one of them things that's gonna be a pain in the rear end to get to. But at least you get kind of help me learn how to take this thing apart. I ain't had one apart this far before. Not had one apart this far before. Well, I got this carburetor over here. Let's see if this will turn. Yep. And whether it does anything or not, I don't know, but they did fix it to where it will turn. So you can turn those. Hopefully I don't have to back in here and adjust this thing any now that I've done that. Now I did have an incident with one of my other Husqvarnas to where they leaked right here. And I'm trying to keep you in the camera, guys. I'm sorry. Where they leaked from these holes here with my 872 or 372 clone. And I think it's my fault. I put the longer screws in, and that's when it started doing it. I messed up with the long screws in on that side, and it started leaking there. But that being said, um, I don't think that's where this one's leaking from. I think this one is leaking from We won't have to drop this whole tank off unless I have to. And right back in behind here is the tank vent. Or it's a fuel line 1. I'll have to start. Well, now that's interesting. You guys probably can't see it, but there is literally under here, under this right here, there's a screws you got to get to. And I'm sure there's some magical way to get to it, but a little more than I wanted to venture into today. But here we are along for the ride. Let's do this together. Hoping just to pull this back down enough to see that line vent back there. Kind of what I was going for. Just like that. Yep. That's where we're leaking at. Can't tell if it's the vent. That's the hose. What's the vent? Appears to be the vent. It's the vent. Y'all can push that vent hose down in there. So let's just try to pull that vent hose up. Straight out it comes. So this vent hose is just stuck down in there. There is no rhyme or reason to it being in there. So when you turn it up, this vent hose it's not captured on anything in there. Wish I knew where my flashlight was. Let me go find a flashlight and we'll venture into this a little bit more. Let me make I found the flashlight. Let's see here. I stick it down there. We're going to have a mess with gas. It's leaking anyway, but not as bad as I thought it would. Well, let's look in here and see if we can see that. Stick it out. Yeah, it just kind of sticks out over here. It don't really attach to anything. So let's see. Maybe I've got some bigger fuel line to stick down in there to make it work. Hang on a second. Alright guys, I got some 6-inch fuel line here I think might work. If I can find my red handle. I got a pair of red handled things I used to pull these with. If I can find it. If I could show where they're at. I also got a little tool I've had made here. But may have to play with. So let's film this, fix our leak issue. Now with this one, usually you'd measure it and cut it off and whatnot. It's not really going to be easy to do that way. So we're going to do this a little differently, very carefully. I want to leave enough in there to be able to grab a hold of if I need to. Now let's see what goes here. Oh yeah, it's down in there nice and tight now. It's not going to leak. That's not going to leak. Before we can tell if we've got another leak, let's button this thing back up. Let's see what we got. So see if I can get this through in. I may have put a long one somewhere where it shouldn't have been. So I may have to locate said long screw. Oh, there it went. Just had them backwards back here. Alright. Now,